Hey Rams, it's me, Cleveland, back again with another commentary. I know I've been gone for a while. I know I've been gone. Forgive me, please. I want to say, for those of you have supported this channel ever since it was launched, for those of you who supported Cleveland Lindsey commentary, thank you. It was February 11th, 2015 that I started doing these editorials that I namely call commentaries. Thank you, thank you. I still got a lot of work to do with this channel and with my other channel. As soon as I can get a new camera, I'm going to do my best with uploading more content on both of my channels. Now, since it is Black History Month, around this time last year, I did two commentaries. One on the founder of Bethune-Cookman University, Mary Bethune, and one commentary on my school's founder, the late G.P. Bowser. I did it actually on his birthday. Now I'm going to talk about my school, Southwestern Christian College. I think it's only appropriate to do this because this is Black History Month. And I'm also going to try to do another commentary on Black Bottom. For those of you that know what in the world is Black Bottom, it was an area in Detroit where from the 1920s onto the 60s, it was a neighborhood. It was a highly populated neighborhood that was highly populated by African Americans. Now, on to this. Southwestern Christian College started as a dream of our founder, the late G.P. Bowser. This school has been in existence for 70 years. We are the only historically African American college that is sponsored fully by Churches of Christ, which in my eyes is very special. But we actually did not, thus one day in 1949, started. It took years, decades. It all started as a dream for Brother Bowser. Brother Bowser was 28 years old when he started the Christian which he started the Christian Echo in 1902. That today is no longer exists. And hopefully we here at Southwestern Christian College will bring back the Christian Echo. In 1906, Brother Bowser opened up his first school, which was called started up a night school. He actually started up a night school in Nashville, Tennessee, right at the Jackson Street Church of Christ. And so that's why every November the acapella chorus, every March, our first stop is Nashville, Tennessee, because that's where the school actually. That's where our history traces back. From 1902 to 1908, we were there. In 1906, we were at Silver Point, Tennessee. It was actually called the Silver Point Institute, Silver Point Bible Institute, I believe. Among the students there was the late R.N. Hogan, who was the longtime minister of the Figueroa Church of Christ in Los Angeles, California. From then on, not only that, because of the lack of funding, the school closed. Those two schools closed. Not only that, the ones that were the white brethren that were supporting Brother Bowser's cause said you can have a school as long as you can have the black students enter through the back. Brother Bowser refused. In the 1920s and 30s, we were at Fort Smith, Arkansas. We were called the Bowser Christian Institute. From the 20s to, I want to say, 1938. By that time, we had some more supporters, like Brother, once again, R.N. Hogan. And three other brethren by the name of J.S. Winston, Levi Kennedy out of Chicago, Illinois, and G.E. Stewart. Brother Winston, Hogan, Kennedy, Stewart were known as the Big Four among the African American Churches of Christ. Around that time in 1945, the first lectureship among African Americans started in 1945. A couple years prior to it, in 1937, I want to say 37, 38, there was a campaign every November. There was a campaign every November to raise funding for the school. That now today is the annual Southwestern Christian College lectureship, and we just had our 82nd. We just had our 82nd lectureship this past November. Now, the theme was for such a time as this. And Brother Bowser in the 1940s, in the late 40s, moved to Detroit, Michigan. And he started a school there. And it was in the school department of the then Joseph Campo Church of Christ. Or it was in Cameron Avenue. One of the last students that Brother Bowser taught was the late Brother Odom Lee Trump. And for those of you who do not know those names, like Brother Trump's responsible for the National Youth Conference being in existence. During that time, the Detroit Board of Education wanted Brother Bowser to have a teacher certificate. Keep in mind, at the time, segregation was the way of the law of the land. On top of that, he refused because he was a very knowledgeable man. So while that was happening in Fort Worth, Texas in 1948, Brother J.S. Winston helped establish Southern Bible Institute in 1948. And he was the first president. But he's not recognized under the Southwestern Christian College presidential banner for some reason. That school was shut down. The trial run, that Southern Bible Institute was a test run. So in 1949, board members of the board of Southwestern, the very first members of the board of Southwestern Christian College was formed. And in 1949, they bought property in Terrell, Texas, for where we stand right now. And it officially was open in 1950. By that time, Brother Bowles had made his transition. Though he never saw the opening of the school, the Big Four put him in a car and drove him around the circle. Because at that time, all the main buildings were around that circle. All the academic deans, even though this was an HBCU, we did not have a first black president until late 1960s. We had We had three white presidents: E.W. Macmillan, H.L. Barber, and I want to say the infamous A.V. Isbell. Because A.V. Isbell will forever be infamous. Which means he does not have a good reputation among some of the older churches, older alumnus that remember him. Our first president was Dr. Jack Evans Sr. Dr. Evans served Southwestern as a teacher, not only as a teacher, but as the dean of students, academic dean rather. I want to say dean of students. Academic dean, yes. And then he served as president in 1967. Dr. Evans has helped expand Southwestern Christian College. Having new buildings being built for Mary Carpenter, which is the women's dorm, Thelma Holt Dining Hall, J.S. Winston Hall, G.P. Bowser Memorial Gym, the Fine Arts Building, the main auditorium, which is the Graham Kennedy Farmer Building. And lastly, the Jack and Patricia Evans Foundational Arts Building, which is the most recent one. Not only that, Dr. Evans went from city to city, state to state, raising funds for Southwestern. He started that by setting up national dinner days and establishing the spring tour and the summer tour. these were exciting. These were the beginning of exciting times. In 1973, we got our accreditation from SACS, the of Southern Association for Colleges. I think colleges and schools. I may be wrong. In 1984, we received another accreditation for a Bachelor of Science for in the religious studies. And right now we're working on another Bachelor's of Arts, a Bachelor's of Science degree. I don't know what it will be. But pray for us, for those who've supported the school for years. Pray for us. Dr. Evans served until 2016. He retired after 53 years of service. And that is remarkable. He did not let Southwestern Christian College die. And we who are members of the churches, and we who don the blue and white, we who sing "When I Grow Too Old and Dream," we ought to applaud him. We had an interim president from November 2016 to January 2017 in the person of Dr. Shelton Gibbs III, who is an alumnus of the school. In January of 2017, we have now our fifth official president by the name of Dr. Irvin D. Seamster of Dallas, Texas. A lot has changed here. If you came on our campus 2 years ago, you would not have seen the Rams recreational center. You would not have saw the chapel building being remodeled. Thelma Holt has a new look. The tennis court has a new look. There's lights. There are lights almost all around the campus. Things are changing because of Dr. Seamster. For the better, because of Dr. Seamster. Just as things were changing in the 60s, in 67 and 68, but for the better for Southwestern because of Dr. Evans, things are changing for the better because of Dr. Seamster. This campus means so much to me. This college means so much to me. As a third-year student, from a person that has been here for almost 3 years, I've seen a lot of changes. Some I liked and some I didn't like. But that will not change my love for Southwestern. This is a great HBCU. Many people, from this school, you can go anywhere, and make something of yourself. There are many people who received a PhD that started here. Many lawyers, many doctors, not only preachers, but many people who are successful in other fields of career are successful today, and it started right here on the campus of Southwestern Christian College. That's why Southwestern is important. That's why. Southwestern means so much to so many people. It means so much to me because this is my home away from home. This is my family away from my family. And for such a time as this, we need to stand by Southwestern. We need to support her president, Dr. Seamster, and pray for our president emeritus, Dr. Evans. because we have a vision of reaching the mountaintop. I know this is a long commentary. Trust me. I apologize for it to be long. But Southwestern can and will be open. And I pray that it continues to be open until Christ comes. Not only this campus, but for all historically black colleges. This is living proof that we have done something for this country. That we have done something. This is the biggest point that we can take nothing and make it into something. We have that ability. Let us not forget that, especially at a time like this. That we are a proud people. We should not be destroying ourselves, but we should be educating ourselves, conditioning ourselves. I know I sound like I'm preaching, but I'm just telling it like it is. If you're an alumnus of Southwestern, tell me what is your favorite memory in the comments down below. Your best memory, whether good or bad. That's my commentary. Thank you. And God bless.